Tinubu. Let's now bring in the Senior Special Advisor to the President on job creation and youth employment, Afolabi Mokwede. I want to thank you so much indeed for joining us at this time. You did hear what the leader of the party, of the APC, has said. We must go the way of industrialization, but industrialize in such a manner that it will have what you stand for, those jobs that we need so badly. Do you think that it's perhaps not the right timing for this to come up on the front burner?
No. Thanks, Gimba, and thanks for joining me on this call. Not only did I hear what the party leader says, Shivaji Bola Tinubu, I was also at the event myself. But the point is, he's very consistent with what has been the party's manifesto and the administration's direction. I've always said to you, even on this program and in many fora, that the president's strategy for job creation has been consistent. And what does he say? He says it must be private sector driven, but government enabled. Now, what you understand is clearly we know that before now there have been binding constraints in our economy. Whether you look at it as a top-down or bottom-up, they've been binding constraints. And that was why very quickly on, once the ministers were appointed, we went about setting up the Presidential Enabling Business Council, which is focused really on the ease of doing business. Now, we don't need to say so much about what that council is doing because even the World Bank has already accredited the work of that council by Nigeria moving 24 steps ahead from where we were a year ago. So I think clearly it shows that the strategy is in the right direction. Now, what Shivaji Tinubu was saying was only saying that, listen, the time is never sufficient. Time is never enough. And clearly, we are also very aware that, the hunger is also real. So what we must do is to really see how we can ramp up all that the government is doing
but
to ensure that we can have...
Permit me to just butt in here, but of course, the NBS report says that 3.5 million jobs were lost in 2016, is the highest in the decade, by the way. So how much of this can we say that the government is recording more losses now than ever before, away from the promises that it made of creating more jobs, which is part of what you're trying to do? Why do you lose more jobs in this government?
Yeah, so Gimba, let's also understand, I like when we always put it in proper context. The first thing is when we talk about 3.5 million jobs were lost, clearly, like I said even before, when an economy goes into a slowdown or into a recession everywhere, one of the first things that happen is that the fat goes up, and those are jobs. And most of the time, when you look at the sectors that lost these jobs, a lot of them were also the services sector. And clearly, we also had a few in the manufacturing sector because of all that happened with the forex regime. But good enough. Right now, we are bottom out of recession and we are moving in a traction. What we must know is that as this is happening, we are also restructuring the economy. And we're restructuring the economy clearly in the lines of industrialization. You know that there are a few things the government has prioritized, agri and agro-allied. Not just really about farm production, but agro-allied. And everything around agro-allied, in that same event, where in the keynote of the vice president, you obviously reckon all that has happened with WACOP, the fertilizer blending plants that are coming back up, and a lot of the agro-allied companies that are actually coming back into backward integration.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me put you on pause there, just so I can get the reaction from Ibrahim Garba. Are you satisfied with the government's intervention programs? Do you think these intervention programs are happening now, getting people more employed, or is this just a halfway employment? It's difficult to place it, though, because the Empower program, for instance, doesn't clearly say if those people are employed or not.
Okay, Gimba, I think to be honest, the impact of most of the social intervention program is vivid, it's clear. My point here is, I noticed of recent, most of the attention or concentration has been on Empower. There are other intervention programs going on, like the JEEP, which I can tell you very much because we went to investigate on at the grassroots level. We found out that actually, even though 100,000 was supposed to be given to the small and medium-scale business owners, but though it's 50,000 now because of there's this anticipation of probably they might not really get to be able to pay because it's a revolving loans being given to them. So, but the little that has been done so far, sincerely speaking, it's actually generated a lot of activity within the grassroots. I can assure you that. The End Power, well, it's cut across those that probably went to school, that probably graduated, and they need to have something instead of staying at home or allowing them to be moving around the street and being part of maybe political activities like we used to know. So I think let's be very honest. It's not that bad. It's actually coming up.
Okay.
All that is needed now.
It's not that bad. It's actually coming up. Let me get your response. He says it's not that bad. It's still coming up. But there's more hunger today. Even the leader of the party actually said that people are actually hungry.
What we should, Gimba, we should start with what, we shouldn't quote Ashwaju out of context. We should start with what he actually said. He said much good has been done by the government.
But people are hungry today.
But people are hungry. People were hungry before. Less people are hungry now. It's moving forward.
Is it less people hungry now or more?
No, less people hungry now from a year ago. That I can assure you. Less than a year ago.
3.5 million jobs lost.
And it's work in progress. And then we're talking about intervention. The government has had several intervention programs. You know, first things, a lot of people slam it. You have the forex intervention. You have the agricultural intervention. You have the family intervention, where they give really poor people 5,000 naira. It may not mean much to you and me, but to the grassroots, I mean, it's a lot. There's also budget support for states, you know. And I must say that we should be very critical how we talk. I'm not here to propaganda APC or to kill PDP. I'm here to say the truth. I'm a Nigerian, first and foremost. And this government...
Are you concerned that people are hungry, though?
Yeah, of course, people are hungry. It can only get better. I mean, like importation of rice. We're talking about jobs. Do you know how many people have gotten employment from rice? We've stopped importing rice from Thailand. We still import, but it's dropped 70%. You have a boy, you have a number, you have people. I mean, look, we've looked inwards. We have looked inwards, and everybody, I have looked inwards. Everybody has looked inwards.
Okay,
and we're trying to.
I'm afraid that that's where we're going to have to bring it to an end. I want to thank you so much.
Oh, no worries, no worries. It was always a pleasure.
I
wish there was more time.
Ibrahim Garba, also a political analyst, as well as Tunde. That will be Tunde, my friend here, of course. For talking to us on State of the Nation, and to you also for being part of the show. I want to thank you for watching. Join me same time next week for fresh packages. This is State of the Nation, and I'm Gimba Umar. Bye for now.